Today we're going to be thinking about perimeter and area as it relates to rectangles. So let's take a look at perimeter. We remember that perimeter is the area around the edge of a shape. So this is the edge of the boundary, and what we need to do is calculate how much the length is all the way across. So I know that if this is 9, then this is going to be 9, and I recognize that if this top side right here is 5, then this is also going to be 5 because these lines are parallel. So I'm going to do 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. I remember that 5 plus 5, of course, is 10. And I know that 9 plus 9 is 18. And so what we just did is we added 2 sides and 2 sides. And when we add these, this next total, we're going to get 28. And 28 is going to give us the total of all 4 sides. And this is 28 centimeters. So we remember that perimeter is the distance or length around a shape. So the perimeter would be this side plus this side plus this side plus this side. You can add up all 4 sides. What we're going to be doing now is area. So how do we find area? Area is length times width. So I know that if this side is 7, then this bottom side is also 7. And if this side is 5, then this side is also 5. What we're going to be doing is using the formula length times width. And when we multiply length times width, in this case, 5 times 7, the answer is going to give us 35. And what are the units of measurement? It's going to be millimeters squared, because area is a surface. So this whole area right here is what we just calculated. This is 35 millimeters squared. Let's do another one. Here we have another rectangle, and I can see that we've got 3, which is going to be the width, and I can see that we have the length, which is 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 3 times 6 to get the area, and 3 times 6, of course, is 18, and these are yards squared. Let's do one more. So it's simply, remember the formula is length times width, and the length in this case is going to be 4 times 8. And the answer is 32 centimeters squared. Now, it doesn't really matter if you multiply width times length and length times width, because 4 times 8 and 8 times 4 give us the same thing, which of course is 32, and that is our answer. Now we're going to be calculating the area and perimeter of L shapes. So let's start with perimeter. So I recognize that if this length right here is 25, right, and this is 5, then that means that this, which is undefined, we don't know what this is. We can use these two numbers to figure it out. So if this whole thing is 25, and I know that this length right here is 5, to figure out what this length is, we're going to subtract. So we're going to subtract 25 minus 5, and 25 minus 5 is simply 20. Likewise, here we have this length, which is blue, and here we have this, which is 25. We don't know what this length is. We have no idea, but what we do know is that this is 25, and so we need to figure out that area right there. And if we subtract 30 from 25, we're going to get 5. So now what we need to do is simply calculate the perimeter by adding all of these up, and you guys can do that in your calculator. So here we have another one, and we're just going to work on perimeter for today. I see that we've got 15 and we've got 50, but what we don't have is this shape right here. But what I know is if we take this length right here, 50, and we add it to this, right, because this goes straight up and down, if we add 50 and 15, it's going to combine to give us what the length is right here. And so 50 plus 15 is going to give us 65, and we used addition to determine that. Here, however, we're going to have to use subtraction to figure out what this is. So if this is 60, but we don't know what this is, 60 plus something is going to give us 80, or alternatively, 80 minus 60 is going to give us this. So 80 minus 60 is what? 20. So this length is 20 meters. What we can then do is add 20 to 65 to 80 to 15 to 60 to 50. And when we add all those up, those are going to give us the perimeter. So we're going to be using addition and subtraction to determine the perimeter of L-shaped geometric figures.